So in this video, we're going to be looking at the next big thing in 2025. What I will do for now is skip over AI agents because I've done lots of videos on AI agents recently, but AI agents are going to happen in the next year, supposedly. So a lot of these comments are from CEOs, it looks like, partners, venture capitalists, all that sort of thing. So AI agents, we're going to go to AI interfaces. So the next big thing in 2025 will be AI moving from assistants to collaborators. So that's the CEO of Elicit. It's a bit of a generic thing to say. What about Jamin Bor? The big thing in 2025 will be Cambrian explosion of voice AI applications. Yeah, we've already seen that happening. There was someone became a unicorn AI voice company the other day, I think. I forgot what they were called. Um, so will lead to truly human-like experiences with software as we pass the Turing test on voice AI applications. And what they mean by that is being able to not tell the difference between a real human voice, like mine, and an AI voice. So the next big thing, so I'm not going to say everyone's names, that's going to take too long. The next big thing in 2025 will be computer use deployed everywhere with cloud and MCP, Claude, I should say. Claude is Anthropic, if you don't know, I'm pretty sure at least. Claude, Anthropic, that's their model. With Claude and MCP providing useful protocols, computers will finally leverage the integrations and reasoning models to make web agents a reality. So this is still sort of talking about agents, I guess. AI interfaces is a bit of a weird sort of term, I suppose. So the next big thing will be user interfaces for AI that elevate humans to manage work rather than interact directly with chat. So what we're talking about here is, right now we open ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude, whatever, and we chat to it with our keyboard. I think what they're saying is this will change. In fact, I think someone talked about how, used to, I mean, we still do on terminals and stuff, but used to interface with computers with just text, right? A lot of us still do, and a lot of us like it. But what they're talking about there, I think, is essentially creating a Windows type thing, something more mainstream, something that isn't text based. Especially with agents and stuff, just being able to click things. Click, I want you to be able to do this, rather than having to type something. So the next big thing in 2025 will continue to be the evolution. So AI applications of continue to advance and be able to create significant value across industries. Yeah, let's see, memory. They're saying context from our past actions will help create the personalized application we've. This is already happening. I think in ChatGPT, the free version, I think it can remember 20 things about you, and you can actually go and customize that. If you didn't know that, I won't get mine up because it probably has some sensitive things in there. The next big thing in 2025 will be verticalized product offerings. I agree with that. This is already happening, which is why I'm not too. I've been doing a lot of videos from like R Singularity and stuff, but the reality is that we don't really need AGI, really. We just need AIs that are really in their tiny little thin verticals and they're really good at what they do. Maybe eventually you could have like a sort of Docker for AI that sort of manages all of the other AIs, but they're all sort of in their own verticals. So the next big thing in 2025 will be the world of artificial intelligence, where it's going to be cool to be a GPT rapper again. This is already happening. I've seen people talking about how they've joined an AI startup and it's actually just making API calls to GPT and stuff like that. Consumers and businesses both need help figuring out how to best use already very poor language models. Yeah, I think a big thing is just going to be figuring out as well, like, what's the most cost-effective way to use all of these models. I think that would be a big thing. Um, Startups will build sales motions, integrations. Yeah, integrations is already happening. I imagine. Do you know? I've not actually looked, but I bet you Zapier. I think Zapier is expensive, but I bet you they have loads of AI. Um, they must have an AI bit, right? Um, Resources, products, app integrations. Oh, AI automation. That's what I wanted. I've not actually genuinely don't know. I hadn't looked. I just assumed. But stuff like this, like being able to, okay, they're not going to show us whatever, but being able to integrate your AI with everything. Um, or GPTs with everything, I should say. Consumer AI. Okay. So this is from Jess Lee, Sequoia Capital. AI is great at chatting, making pictures, videos. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say it's great at making pictures and videos, although it's getting better. GPT, for example, or ChatGPT, I think is still... I don't know. I don't think it's amazing, if I'm honest. Which has product market fit with a consumer. We'll see brand new consumer social apps, sure, interactive media. Yeah, I think interactive media is going to be a big one. I don't know about this year necessarily, but there will definitely be startups working on that. Chat-based. I think what I'm most excited for going forward, which will now probably most certainly happen in the next 10 years or so. Obviously, you won't be able to sell it, but I think it would be cool to have, like, be able to generate little games for yourself on existing IP. Hopefully, I mean, there'll be open source models, probably not be able to do that, so, but maybe not from commercial ones. We'll probably not be allowed to do that, but yeah, imagine you just, like, create a little game or an episode of your own episode of Rick and Morty or something, whatever you watch, you know, and with whatever story you want. I think that would be cool, but again, we're probably a few years away from that. The next big thing in 2025 will be AI-driven tooling, cracking social networking online in a fun way, with winners scaling faster than the fastest mobile breakouts. Let me read that again. So that's Rebecca Caden. The next big thing in 2025 will be AI-driven tooling, cracking social networking, and online fun in a new way. So a new online experience. She's not talking about... I'm guessing she's talking about something like X or Facebook, but something new. So that, but not that. AI-generated content, commoditized AI content creation. Probably, I think this is already happening. I think a few people, and there's already a bunch of these channels on YouTube that are just really crap, to be honest. But they're like AI-generated slop. Is that what we're calling it? Or just lazy, you know. Sometimes I think these videos get views, but not so much subscribers. I think people still they don't like it yet. The next big thing in 2025 will be generative video editing, eating consumer attention online. Yeah, I mean, I still think this is obviously going to improve, and this will definitely happen. I really want to. I think this happened for a bit. I really want to see a stream which lasts 24/7, which is AI generated. That's what I want to see. That'd be really cool. The next big thing in 2025 will be video generation models. Video is the ultimate form of creative expression. How we produce will fundamentally transform the result. Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully my channel can get big before we're all replaced by AI. No, I don't think that will happen. People like people. The next big thing, real-time AI. Yeah, real-time anything is just better and cool. Unlocks new applications, and Google just fired the starter pistol with the release of Flash. We're in the punch card era of AI. You submit your punch cards in it, thinks for a while, and then gives you an answer. The next thing is instant computation. Yeah, it's going to allow us to like almost make things look instant. I saw the new NVIDIA cards are able to just do things that they wouldn't be able to do without AI. So the next big things in 2025 will be... Everyone's just saying AI. I guess it's all AI. Mainstream. It's already mainstream. The best AI products will be the ones that real people use. I feel like that's disrespectful towards all the bots out there, to be honest. The next big thing in 2025 will be AI blending into tech stacks without being mentioned. Yeah, so this is the notion of it becoming invisible, right? Like electricity. AI will just be there. It's invisible. It's just everyone has it everywhere. But again, not 2025. I guess, okay, not big. So they're talking about AI is going to be in tech stacks, and it's not going to be a talking point. I can agree with that. I think we're already there. Every engineer is using some form of GPT at for the most, like for certain bits. I'm not saying that every engineer is out there just copying and pasting stuff from ChatGPT, hopefully not, but I think most people in the tech space are at least interested and using LLMs The next big thing in 2025 will be top AI talent shifting from working in companies pioneering the latest greatest AI to leadership roles in the industries that will benefit the most from AI. Only if they have the opportunity. Certain industries where imagination and risk taking can be most unleashed by AI will start to be reimagined. The next big thing in 25 will be LLMs visibly entering the physical world. Talking to AI assistants on the AirPods, on the subway. It's funny that we've had Siri and other things for so long, but I've never really seen anyone use them. You know, not only as a joke, really. You know, well, not maybe a joke, but like not as a sort of, I don't know, not an everyday use. So it'll be interesting to see if this happens. I think, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this happens. The next big thing in 2025 will be ambient AI that seamlessly integrates with our daily routines, personal healthcare, real-time language translation. I think the language translation stuff is interesting. So it'll be good, but it won't be as interesting. Like it won't be like you're not thinking in that language. You know, I still think there's a lot of value in learning another language. And yeah, I think it's still something fun to work on. That's sort of beside the point, but like being able to think in another language is quite cool. AI native hardware, yeah, definitely. The reason we do have AI native hardware, but because the models are still changing, it's sort of like there's a lots of people who have tried to make the best hardware for AI, but actually the one that's been the best are like the ones that are just generic GPUs, because we just don't know what these models are going to be like. So it's like if you don't know what the AI is going to be, there's no way to sort of optimize the hardware unless you're just unless you've got a hunch. But things are changing so rapidly, so maybe we will actually see better AI hardware once things settle down a bit. The next big thing 2025 will be new wearable format that allows us to interact with AI. I feel like we've been talking about wearables for forever, and it just doesn't seem to happen. Because they always just seem to be like tacky. So it'll be interesting if we have something that's actually like something wearable that you can interact with. Maybe a Pitman from Fallout. They called that? I think so. AI native organizations. So using AI from the ground up, that is their tech stack. I think that's what that means. Company with an AI native, cognition driven stack of technologies. So like everything is an AI. That's quite interesting. I can see that. Because they're like, what's an organization? You know, I could make an organization right now and just have a completely AI tech stack, right? So yeah, I can see that happening. I'm not going to read all of that. AI business models. The next big thing in 2025 will be simulation as a service, as a business model where both consumers and businesses use AI models that understand their internal state, psyche, or operations to find the optimal path to their goals. This again sort of leans into AI agents, which we skipped at the top. They'll be able to simulate decisions, conversations, measuring the result of each against specific reward functions. Probably, but again, simulations are only ever simulations. They're not like the real world, you know. So, but sure, if you can, yeah, I don't. Simulations are interesting because it's like it really takes a lot of effort to make an actual good simulation. You know, like really accounting for what you think will happen in the real world. Yeah. So the next big thing in 2025 with the rise of AI companies pivoting to outcome-based pricing models. Outcome-based pricing models, what does that mean? I imagine what it means is only charging when someone actually achieves their goals. Monetization, tapping into labor budgets that are 10 times larger than those of traditional software. Let me read that again. The rise of the best AI companies pivoting to outcome-based pricing models. We will witness these innovators reshaping traditional monetization models by tapping into labor budgets that... Someone's going to have to explain that to me. Chat GPT. Because I don't understand it. So, you know, explain this to me simply. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Watch it fail. I'll just move this over here for some reason. Some reason it's taken an age. One of my internet died. So not AI. Okay. The next big thing in 2025 will be a counter movement to AI content. And it's still wow, novelty face. I think this is true. There's always a correction. You know, I always forget what that curve is called. I don't know, technology adoption curve, maybe? I don't know what it's called. But it's the one where it overshoots initially and then it sort of corrects. And I don't think it's called this. Yeah, so someone will have to let me know what I'm talking about. But it's the one where it's like, oh, there's loads of... Is it the hype cycle? Oh, hype cycle curve. I think that's what I was talking about. So yeah, we're probably here with AI, wouldn't you say? I think that's where we are. And then are we gonna get to here? The trowel of disillusionment, and then the slope of enlightenment, and then this is where we're gonna end up. So I do feel like we're probably here right now. I might be wrong. I'm wrong often. I'm happy to admit that. Oh, by the way, let's go back to what this person said. So, according to GPT, right now many AI companies charge a flat fee for their software services, no matter how much value they bring to the customer. In 25, the big shift will be that the best AI companies will start charging based on the results or outcomes they deliver. For example, instead of charging $10,000 for AI software, they might charge a percentage of the profits. I think that would be great, personally, because this is a win for everyone. They make more money, and you get to use something for free, and you basically only pay when you make money. Now, ultimately, you might lose money, but this will mean that anyone can sort of leverage this sort of stuff to be successful, assuming they allow for this, for everyone. Of course, for like hobby use, they probably wouldn't allow this because you won't make any money from it. If an AI tool helps a company save $1 million by automating tasks, the AI company might take a cut of that, say 100,000, rather than a small fixed fee. That makes sense. So yeah, I mean, we kind of thought, okay, outcome based is what I thought, like based on the success of the company to which they're providing the service. So this person said, not AI will be a counter movement to AI content overload. I feel like, again, already happening. I really do think people like human authenticity. Infinite AI generate content is still in its wild novelty phase. That's what we're talking about, the hype cycle there. But anytime there's an abundance of an asset, the pendulum swings to the other side. True. You know, if there's AI slop everywhere, people just won't like it. I think if something is good, people will like it at the end of the day. If it's not good, if it's low-hanging fruit, it will die, most likely. So the next big thing in 2025 will not be AI as the main character. Bets have been made, and there are many hot takes on commoditization in models. Energy, very hard to come by. Data centers, insane capex, and I believe that the Trump admin comes in, more thought will go into how we power AI and not the outcomes. Yeah, already huge investment going into energy. I don't know, what do we type? Tech companies funding, because they've got clean energy targets as well. Clean energy for AI. If we type in something like this, we should get something. Microsoft. Maybe if we look in the news, state of climate tech, 10.5 mil. I'm sure that it was more on the order of magnitude of billions, especially for Microsoft. Let's see, 600 mil. Anyway, these companies are investing a ton of money, like billions, I think, into basically being able to provide energy for their data centers, which is quite interesting. It's quite cool. It's kind of interesting that we're finally going to get to potentially clean energy by um, just needing more of it. I don't know. We'll see. The next big thing in 2025 will be an acceleration of what already is. AI wrongly, blah blah blah, software development, YouTubeification of software, whatever that means. Building software will become the next frontier of creative expression. Just as video production once seemed daunting, AI coding assistants are turning us all into software developers. Why only do a podcast when building a high quality monetized software product would be simply as simple as making a YouTube video? Possibly. I see what they're sort of saying. YouTubeification is an interesting way of saying it, but they're just saying, yeah, it's the equivalent of making a video, which is probably wrong, but it depends how good the quality of the video is, I guess. You won't be able to make a video as easily as this. All I do is hit record. The next big thing in 2025 will be lots of new products coming from the falling barriers to software engineering. So far, most AI products were imagined by AI engineers. We're not fully seeing the creative output of non-AI builders. This is just like creativity, essentially. I think a blockbuster app will top or IS similar charts that's built by someone who can't actually code. The next big thing, 25, was about 10 people getting... Yeah, I can see that happening. You don't need as many people, that's for sure. In fact, I think small teams have always been good anyway. Research. Research is one of those things that's really interesting, right? Because it's like, that could truly be the coolest application of something that we call AI, you know? Being able to actually rapidly solve problems and connect the dots in biology, physics, chemistry, create new materials, all that sort of stuff. New technical icons, but also some reality checks, hype cycle. The next thing in 2025 will be the return of the product-oriented founder. I think I always think about this anyway. You got to think about what it is you're actually solving. I completely agree with this. I've said this in multiple videos now. With AI or with tools becoming easier to use, what will be important again will be getting the customer, not building the platform. That won't be the hard part. Building a solution will probably be the easier part. The hard part will be getting a client. And I wouldn't be surprised if people get a client before they even build anything. You know, okay, we have a problem. Okay, we can solve that problem. We'll build some tailor-made software for you, and we can do it quickly. The next big thing in 2025 will be growing appreciation and desire for privacy, private internets, crypto fintech. I don't think that will be the next big thing. I think this will continue to just grow steadily, the space. In the real economy, crypto, healthcare, investments, AI, creative tooling, learning, cannabis, robotics, fully general purpose robots. Yeah, I can see that happening. There's so many companies doing this. They look cool, to be fair. Until, they're there on the streets to arrest me. Let's see, government, San Francisco. San Francisco is back, baby. Yeah, I feel like, well, they're not really back. They're all moving to Texas. That doesn't count. Texas is back, baby. And the next big thing in 2025 will be data centers. Yeah, probably. Need Pied Piper. I'm a Pied Piper. Big tech earnings. Oh, you don't say. Yeah, it could go. Yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see what happens here. Anyway, I know I skipped over some of these, but you know, sort of. Oh god, let's do space. The next book in 25, regular landings on the moon of. Oh come on, we're not landing regularly on the moon. 2025. I don't believe that. Regular. They're not just saying we will go to the moon in 2025. Saying we'll have regular moon landings. Actually, I might be wrong. Wasn't there? Didn't. Moon landings. Recent. What are the most recent moon landings? I know China's talking about. I heard India did one. China did one. Okay, so I might be wrong to be fair, but is anyone else? Depends what you define as regular, I suppose. And by whom. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to call it a day. Leave a like, subscribe, and thanks to whoever wrote this article. Go check it out. Take care.